Hi and welcome to a product overview. My name's Michael and today we're looking at notepad paper. In our quest for the perfect fountain pen friendly notepad, there's a lot of brands like the Leuchtturm and the Rhodia and Tomoe River papers that get a lot of attention. One book that seems to sort of fly under the radar a little bit is the Life Stationery series, and in this instance the Symphony Notebook. Now, I was able to get my hands on a couple of pages from one of these notebooks to test out, and I thought I'd just show you sort of what I've been doing. So we've got, the paper is A5, and obviously you can see from the notepad that it's going to be ring bound with gold O-rings in this case. There's 100 sheets or 200 pages to each notebook, and they're ruled in the 7mm range. So what I've done is I've just done a couple of tests on one of the pages that I was able to get, just tried a few different inks and things on it, and I'll just quickly talk you through that. So the Lamy Safari Fine with Pelican 4001 black ink, firstly, then Lamy Safari 1.1 with Lamy Petrol, a Diplomat Aero Medium with Diamine Ancient Copper, a Sailor Fude nib with Sailor Black, which, as you can see, gives a really unique impression with that sort of folded nib. Then I went with a Pilot Parallel 3.8mm with Pilot Red. And then I tried a couple of slightly different things. So we went with the Sharpie Ultrafine Marker, a Palomino Blackwing 602, and a regular Lamy ballpoint pen. So we've got a huge range of different nibs and inks all on display here. And if we look up close to start with, we see that there's no feathering on this paper whatsoever. It's all well behaved, and you get some nice shading, particularly in the Lamy Petrol there, and they all look really nice. It's a slightly off-white paper, and everything sort of shows it really well. You can see from the Palomino Blackwing, I did a quick little rub out test, and because the paper is quite smooth, in fact it's incredibly smooth, it does rub off reasonably easily. But one of the most important things with notepad paper, particularly for fountain pen users, is what happens on the back. And so, yes, there is a little bit of ghosting happening here. You can see through, probably not quite as easily as Leuchtturm paper, and certainly not as easily as some of the thinner Tomoe River, but it is visible, but not so visible that you couldn't use the back of the page. In fact, the only thing that bled through was the Sharpie Ultrafine Marker, and really you're not going to be using that much on one of these notebooks anyway. So all the fountain pens and inks performed really, really well on this paper. But what I thought I'd quickly do is just do a little writing sample for you with a couple of different nibs. So I've got my Lamy also with a broad nib, and this is inked with Mont Blanc Lavender Purple. Now, the dry time on this paper is fairly good. You can see already that the ink is starting to dry, and that is a very nice sign. Now we just go a little bit more extreme. Here I have, it's a Gin Halbert with a Goulet Pens 1.5mm nib. And so I'll just do a quick writing sample with that. Okay, and these Noodler's inks are known for being quite sort of notorious on paper, and really being tricky to manage and not so well behaved. But as you can see, that's a pretty thick nib. It's laying down a lot of ink, and it's only in a few spots where we get any bleed whatsoever. So that's really quite well behaved. So this paper is smooth, it's clean, it's got a nice ivory cream sort of colour. It's if the notebook is anything, if this paper is an indication of the notebook, then I think it's going to be a really lovely fountain pen friendly notebook. I'll certainly be getting one, and head over to Scriber to pick up either the A4 or the A5 Life Stationery Symphony Notebook. If you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notifications button if you want to stay up to date with the videos I produce. Feel free to drop me a message or with suggestions or any suggestions of products you'd like me to look at, or just to get in touch if you've got any questions. In the meantime, enjoy your pens and paper, enjoy writing, and I'll talk to you later.